if you are a leader, influencer, expert, someone who wants to get your message out to the world in a bigger way, come talk to me. I would love to talk to you about being a guest on the 12-hour marathon. You can send me an email, chris@beyourgps.com, or schedule in a pre-interview, beyourgps.com/pre-interview, and I'd love to talk to you about that. And then the other thing I want to mention is if you are ready to get your message out to the world in a bigger way, like me with this 12-hour marathon, if what we do inspires you and really calls you forth into your greatest possible self, and you're like, dang, I wish I could do that. Well, maybe you can't do exactly what I do, but there is something about how I do it and what I do that inspires you, and you want to activate that in your own life and launch your own podcast or some other platform or some other vehicle that can really help you to make an impact and create the life of your dreams. If that's you, also message me, email chris@beyourgps.com, or on Facebook, facebook.com/th3burns, or on Instagram @IamMillionaireChris. We love to talk to you about you getting your message out. I know it'll be a blast, and would love to have that conversation. Next up is the iTunes review of the week, and I just want to say quick thank you for anyone who tunes in, who gives a review, who subscribes on iTunes. Yelena says, Chris is a fireball of energy. Chris brings insightful questions with a deep understanding of what us listeners need to hear, even when we don't know it yet. Energetic and authentic, he's on a mission to help his audience become their greatest possible selves, and it shows. Yelena, thank you so much. If you want to give us a review, rate our show, I super appreciate it. beyourgps.com/iTunes, or search Becoming Your Greatest Possible Self on the iTunes store, and give us some feedback there. Thank you in advance. And also, while you're there, make sure you subscribe so you can get all the latest episodes and keep growing yourself. I'm diving in to this conversation about 100 freaking marathons, and I'm sure we're going to go all over the place in this conversation. It's going to be epic. It's going to be delicious, delightful. Might be a little bit messy. That's totally cool. I'm here to just be real with you and share what it's been like. Greatest lessons, greatest tragedies, triumphs, tribulations, all of it. I want to share my heart and what it's been like for me with you, so you can get a better understanding of who I am, what I've been through, and what it's been like. And some of you may have heard some of these parts of this story before, and some of you may have not heard anything about it before. So I really am grateful that both types of people are here. We're going to have a lot of fun today. And I want to specifically talk about what 100 means to me. So the obvious is, of course, it's the 100th 12-hour marathon. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for doing this 100 times. I'm grateful for the consistency, the repetition, the discipline that takes and took. And I'm just really grateful for who I am, how I show up in the world, and what I've created so far. And I'm excited for even more, because this is truly just the beginning. So that's on the first level. The second level of what does 100 mean to me, it's accomplishment, it's achievement, it's milestone. And if you do something 100 times, there's a significance to that. There's a pride that comes with that. There's a acknowledgement of what it took, of consistency, of skill, of ability, right? You can't take 100 steps without first learning how to take one step. And some people like us might take for granted our ability to take 100 steps or run 100 steps or run 100 feet or walk 100 miles, whatever, right? We might take that for granted, and some people don't have that ability. And it takes skill, it takes discipline, it takes consistency, 100 days of doing a habit. 100 days straight, or even 100 days over the period of 120 days. If in 4 months, which is 120 days, you do something 100 times, that's significant. So there's all kinds of meaning that you can create around a number, around an achievement. For me, though, 100 times is it's incredible. When I was playing hacky sack, hitting a hacky sack with my foot, I don't think there's any other name for it. It just sounds kind of weird now that I'm saying it. But I used to play hacky sack and just hit it up, keep hitting it again and again and again. I don't know how many I could get to probably, if I had to guess, like 40, 50, 60, 70, I can't remember. But that like 100 mark, that was a significant achievement, to be able to bounce a bag of beans, so to speak, on your foot and kick it and keep it in play, keep it in front of you, keep it centered, keep it here and now, and keep your focus on it, keep your discipline for that. That was incredible for me. And in fact, I'm even going to write this down right now, hacky sack, because it was a great workout. It was a ton of fun for me, and I know I can get a good workout in of discipline, of focus, of agility, of, there's another word I'm looking for, being nimble, being agile, hand-eye coordination. That's what I was looking for. That specifically, that achievement of 100 hacky sack taps consistently was huge. So I think for me, the significance behind 100 is an opportunity to celebrate, an opportunity to acknowledge, an opportunity to appreciate what has been, the progress, the journey, because 100 is not one. If you say one, then that implies the first one, getting started, the beginning. 100 can imply completion, 100% finished. It can also imply length and longevity. And I think it's super important to celebrate ourselves whenever we can. And there's an opportunity to celebrate even more when we reach something that's 100. When you get your 100th client, when you run your 100th mile of the year, when you, release 100 pounds, when you do your 100th workout in a series of 4 months or 5 months. When you do these things, it's an opportunity to celebrate. It's a milestone. For me, it's like milestones. It's a reason. It's like, stop the normal 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, eventually we get to 100. Stop that traditional kind of just everything is monotonous, everything is blending together, and say, this is significant. What I've done matters. What I've done is important, and I get to celebrate it. Here's the thing I really want to invite everyone to, is I did my best, not always, but I did my best to celebrate every single marathon. And that's why the last hour is called the Hour of Power, running through the finish line, celebrating another 12-hour marathon. Like, celebration is built into the culture of what we do here. And I'm so freaking proud of that. I'm grateful for it. And I couldn't be me unless I did that. And I'm super grateful because I've learned to celebrate way more. I've learned to appreciate who I am, how I show up, my gifts, my abilities, to recognize that my time, my energy is valuable, to recognize that my ability to host others and put the spotlight on them and encourage and acknowledge them is incredibly valuable. So there's just been so much growth over the period of this 12-hour marathon that it's a reason to celebrate. And I also want to let you know that whether you're at 1 or 100 or 10,000 or 1 million, whatever it is, 10,000 hours, as Malcolm Gladwell says it takes to be an expert. If you're at 1 or 10 or 17 or 300 or whatever, and you're still not at that position where you've made it, where you are an expert, when you are mastery level, celebrate that you are where you are. Celebrate that you have the clients that you have. I'm so grateful for all of my world-changing clients. I'm so grateful for my Podcast Launch Masterminds that help people freaking launch their podcast to get their message out into the world in such a big and powerful and profound way. Like, what better could I do with my life than empowering people to remind the power of their voice, the impact of their voice, that they make a difference. And I'm so grateful. So I celebrate that. I celebrate who I've become to attract the woman of my dreams in my life, like who I have developed myself into to be able to deserve her, right? Because when I started this 12-hour marathon, I was not being the man who could keep the woman of my dreams. No way in hell could I have attracted her, because I had so much unworthiness, so much I was not empowered. I was not being my greatest possible self. I was struggling a lot. So I really want you, wherever you're at, to give yourself permission. If you're listening to this on the subway, in your car, at the gym, on your computer, wherever you're at, just give yourself permission to take a deep breath and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you that I am where I am. Thank you that I have a relationship. Thank you that I have my health. Thank you that I have my spirituality. Thank you that I have money in my bank. Thank you that I have a cell phone that connects me with the entire world. Thank you that I have a platform to share my message. I do videos on Facebook Live. I have clients. I drink water. I eat healthy. I take steps. I go to the gym. I journal, I meditate, I read, I listen to audiobooks, I talk to my parents every so often, not every day, but I'm grateful I talk enough, more than enough, and I can always do more, and I'm grateful to be growing our relationship to do it more. So I just want you to celebrate. I want you to give yourself more reasons to celebrate. Doesn't matter if you had 100 or 1, celebrate, okay? And I celebrate all the activity that I have on my Facebook Messenger and messages and calls and Instagram and likes and comments. I'm so freaking grateful. I'm so grateful for the great content that I put out there that creates these amazing discussions. I'm so grateful for the response I get and everyone who engages. Like, how incredible is it that my message, my content, my ideas, my philosophies, the way I put it, my voice inspires so many people to action. Like, I am such a powerful conduit. When I throw something into the cyberspace, into the world, I post it up on a wall and I say, people, receive this, read this, get this, understand this. What do you feel? What is your opinion? And people are like, and they resonate with it. They attract themselves to it. They are attracted to it. They feel on purpose. They feel like their opinion matters. They feel important, significant, acknowledged, recognized, like they belong. I am so happy and grateful and thankful that I am now this person who sees all of that. And every single day I'm embodying it even more. I'm being that human being even more, and I'm letting go the things that don't serve me. I'm letting go the doubts, the disbeliefs, the blocks, the BS, the nonsense, the smallness. Bye. And I really hold true to how much I love myself, how much I love people around me, to how big of a contribution I am, to how abundant I am, to how able I am at igniting other people's abundance and prosperity and income, how able I am to inspire other people with how worthy their message is, and it makes a freaking difference. And every day I have another opportunity to do that even more. And I'm grateful that here and now, at 27, going on 28 years old, I am so freaking empowered, so empowered to be who I am, to own my gifts, to own my message, to show up in the world. And however pretty or ugly it looks, people love me just when I'm being me, when I'm just owning me, when I'm sharing the real Chris. And the people who don't, bye. They're not my people. And it doesn't serve the people who resonate with my true self, my highest self, my greatest possible self. It doesn't serve them if I try to people please everyone, because then I just mix in and I try to belong and I try to make everyone happy, and I'm too busy walking on eggshells, too busy lacking confidence, too busy being small, being shy, being insecure. And that's not who I am. And I've learned to embody my boldness, my values, my truth, my polarity, saying, people, world changers, I'm for you. People over here who want to stay stuck in their victim, who want to just fit in, who don't want to get uncomfortable, who aren't coachable, who don't invest in themselves, bye. There's someone for you out there, but it's not me. Bye. I repel and push away those people, and I say, have even more energy and attention and focus and love for the people. Like, you want to grow. You want to make a big impact in the world. In fact, you believe you are. You know you are. You know you're investing in yourself. You know you're becoming your greatest possible self. You know you're meant for bigger things. I love you. Me and you. It's a match made in heaven. I freaking love you. I'm here for you. We are growing. We are making this world a better place. And you and me, we get each other. And we could talk for hours and days and weeks. We could go to all these events together, and we can celebrate how much we're changing and transforming the world and how magnificent the work that we're doing is. And I just want you to know how much I value and I appreciate you. And I will go to the ends of the earth as long as you keep showing up and you do what you can. And every day you take a step towards your greatest possible self. I will do everything in my power to contribute to you, to empower you to grow, to empower you to remember how worthy and valuable you are. So that's something I've definitely learned over this time, is not every guest who's come on the 12-hour marathon is someone who I want to spend hours and days with. Some of them, it's a great experience, but you're not in alignment with my soul and my greatest possible self. You're a great guest. You have a great message. You empower people. And I don't want to spend my days with you, my time, my energy. I have more than enough for the people, the places, and the things that matter, that are important to me, that are in alignment. If you're out of alignment, great. It's okay. I still love you. Go invest your time and your energy with things that are important to you. And we're just not a fit. It's totally good. There's nothing wrong with you. It's all perfect. There's people out there who are total fit for you, who you totally vibrate with, who you totally align with. I'm just not one of those people if we didn't vibe, if we didn't align. And that's totally cool. And the people who I do align with, I love you. And I love spending time with you. I love growing with you. I love learning with you. I love being curious about the world and wondering about how this universe works, and technology and innovation and science and imagination and creation and spirituality and all these amazing things, right? So I'm just super, super grateful for learning who I am and what I stand for every single day. And constantly being reminded with this 12-hour marathon, because let's talk about the journey, peeps. Woo! Let's talk about the journey. Not every step on this journey has been a delightful joy for me to experience. There's been times where I felt like, man, I'm doing this wrong, and we're not reaching enough people, we're not making enough money, we are not, I'm not on purpose. I feel like I'm just going through the motions. I feel like I'm just showing up and doing the damn thing and doing the 12 hours. And that's great and all. And I really got confronted with my paradigm, my beliefs, and my behaviors and ways of thinking that were not in alignment with greatest possible self. And it sucked. It doesn't have to suck, but for me it sucked. It was really challenging and difficult, and I felt like I was struggling. I felt like I was doing it wrong. I felt like I was broken. There's something wrong with me. Today, of course, I know that there's nothing wrong with me. It's a perfect journey. It's all unfolding perfectly, and I'm so grateful for each and every minute. And I really got confronted with all those times I didn't feel worthy and I didn't feel enough to be able to ask my heroes to be on the show. And one of the greatest things I ever did was I asked Elliot Hulse, who has like millions of subscribers and followers on YouTube and Instagram, and just doing some amazing things in the world. And I used to watch him in high school, like 10 plus years ago. And I asked him to be on the show, and he said, yeah, he said, send me more information. And it was because I was tuning into other people's content and being active, being engaged, asking questions. And I just totally asked. I took that leap of faith and knew that, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I'm going to be persistent. I'm going to be consistent, and I'm going to not be attached to this. I'm going to be committed to making this invitation. And that was another thing that I really grew in, is my ability to invite people to be a part of what we have going on, to have an awesome invitation for people who wanted to be their greatest possible self and supported that mission of becoming your greatest possible self. So I'm absolutely incredibly grateful, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing up, for being you, for growing, and choosing to be your greatest possible self. And if you want support in starting your own podcast, your own platform, I'm here for you to help you keep growing and going into your GPS. So let me know if I can support you. Instagram at I am millionaire Chris, facebook.com/th3burns, and always you can email me, Chris at beyourgps.com. And I'm here for you to help you keep growing, to help you keep becoming your GPS, because you deserve it. You deserve all the support if you keep showing up and making that decision every day.